Hello everyone! Have a good day! My name is Jovelyn Caloring from Section 1A33B Marinduque Cluster, and I'll be serving as the group leader of the Group 8 reporter for today's presentation. My group member are Fatima, May, Mikaela, Melissa, Noreen, Laika, Marites. And together, we were discussing our assigned topic, the School Head and School-Based Management or SBM. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, the student should be able to explain the meaning, advantages, disadvantages, and demands of school-based management. Identify practices aligned with SBM. Explain the rules, functions, and competencies of school heads in SBM. But before we dive into our topic, let me share you a quick background. Did you know that the Philippine government implemented a modern law? This is called the Local Government Code of 1991 or the Republic Act 7160. This law provides a more responsive local government structure through a system of decentralization. So when we say decentralization, this refers to transferring decision-making power, authority, responsibility, and resources from the national government to local levels such as regional offices, local governments, school, and community organization. Before kasi, during this law has not implemented yet, the local government were having a problem because they are lack the autonomy to act independently. So wala daw po silang power, authority to make a decision. So kailangan nilang mag-wait from the national government to approve their requests or their actions. What is school-based management? So it is a decentralized management initiative by developing power or authority to school head, teacher, parents, and students. So it is a strategy to improve education by transferring significant decision-making authority from state to district and to individual schools. So at the school level, school heads, teachers, and students work together with community leaders, local government officials, and other stakeholders to improve school performance. SBM provides principals, teachers, students, and parents a greater control over the education process by giving them responsibility for decision about budget, personnel, and the curriculum. So now that the authority has been passed to the local level such as schools, they have the authority to make their own decision kung ano po ang gagawin nila sa pera, kung ano po ang gagawin nilang mga activities sa schools. Itong mga stakeholders, community leaders, nagtutulungan po sila at ang school heads para makabuo po sila ng mga layunin na magampanan ng mabuti ang pamamahala sa eskwelahan. So kagaya na lamang po ng mga nababalitaan nating mga karahasan na nangyayari sa schools. Si Zane na 15 years old na shoot by his boyfriend sa Nueva Ecija. So, meron ding elementary na binugbog ng high schools. Ang nangyayari sa mga schools ngayon ay responsibilidad po yun ng school-based management. Ang ginagawa po ngayon ng school-based management ay layunin po nila na higpitan ang seguridad sa paralan para hindi na maulit ang mga ganong insidente. SBM and the principle of subsidiarity. So, in keeping with the principle of subsidiarity, which state that it is the people at the lowest level who will know the best their problems and so are in the best position to address the same. The tenets holds that nothing should be done by a larger and more complex organization which can be done as well by smaller and simpler organization. In other words, any activity which can be performed by a more decentralized entity should be done by the more decentralized entity. So, sa subsidiarity daw, sa budgeting, so yung mga nasa lowest level, so this is referring to school heads, teachers, parents, and students. So, sila po yung merong control sa pagbabudget po ng pera. Dahil sila po yung mga nakakaalam kung ano yung mga specific needs ng students, ng schools, and ng kanilang community. So, here is the advantages or strength of the school-based management or SBM. So, first, it leads to realistic budgeting as parents and teachers become more aware of the school's financial status, spending limitations, and the cost of each program. So, yes, now that the parents are informed on how and where the budget or the money will be spent and what is the purpose purpose and the proper spending of money. Second, improve morale of teachers and nurture leadership at all level. Yes, because knowing that the teacher are accountable in the school management, so they will do good as always and they can enhance leadership. Third, it allows competent individuals in the school to make decisions that will improve learning. So, the personnel of the school that are capable of decision making that can enhance their critical thinking skills to apply their knowledge on the decision making for the betterment of the school community. So, fourth is give the entire school community voice in key. So here, all the personnel in the school like the principal, the teacher, the parents, the pupils, they create a partnership with each other so each decision or opinion can be honored and respected. So, fifth is focus accountability for decisions. So, now that the accountability for the decisions has been passed to the school level, they are the ones who are accountable for where, what, or how the activities have been done in the school community. 6. Lead to greater creativity in the designs of programs. 7. Redirect resources to support the goals developed in each schools. Yes, it is. Because the school personnel knows that resources they have, what they can use, what is their skills and their capabilities, and what is the design of program that can be focused on needed onto them.
Good day everyone! Today I will talk about school-based management or SBM. This is a system that gives school greater authority to make discussion that will benefits both the student and the community. Through SBM, school can respond to their need more effectively and quickly. Through SBM, discussion making is evolved. This means that the power to make discussion is given directly to school. It reduces too much bureaucratic control. It also encourages school heads, teachers, and parents to take greater initiative in addressing the needs of the student and the community. Second, involving stakeholders such as a parent, local leaders, and other community members are actively involved. This helps mobilize local resources. For example, an increase in the number of classrooms in concrete proof of strong partnership between the school and community. Third, problem and needs of the school are solved faster. People in the school and the community now their situation best so they can identify problems and solution more quickly. Culture and specific personalities are considered. This also makes the school more accountable to its stakeholder. SBM to be successful requires active and intelligent participation of all stakeholders, democratic and transformative leadership from the school head, support and openness from higher authorities toward to the school. School-based management is an important system that empowers schools to meet the need of students and communities more effectively with active stakeholder participation and strong leadership. Our education system can become more efficient, responsive, and successful. Thank you.
Legal basis of SBM or school-based management. So ano nga ba ang nilalaman nito? As stated in Article 10, Section 3 of the Philippines Constitution, the Congress shall enact a local government code that will institutionalize a system of decentralization whereby local government units shall be extended more power and authority. The local government in 1991 is fulfillment of the Constitution provisions. RA 9155 Basic Governance Act transfer the power, authority, and resources to the school level. School empowerment is based on the assumption that the school heads, including teachers, key leaders in the community, and parents, know the root and solution to the problem. RA 7160, also known as the Local Government Code, Introduction of SBM through RA 155 on the Basic Government Act. Condition for the success of school-based management or SBM. Teachers, school head must given the opportunity to make choices. They must actively participate in the school improvement planning. The involvement of parents and teachers must be strongly encouraged and highly welcomed. Stakeholders must participate in the development of the school improvement plan. Higher authorities must effectively encourage truthfully experimentation and innovation in an atmosphere where mistake was viewed as learning experiences. They must be academic and willing to share their authority with the larger community. Teachers must develop reflection and problem solving.
For me, the success of school-based management really depends on the dedication and leadership of the school head. I see the school head not just an administrator, but as the heart of the school. Making sure we have the right resources, a strong support system, and regular feedback to help everyone grow. They set the vision, mission, and goals that guide us, connect with the community and local government for support, and involve everyone in planning for school improvement. I also appreciate how they keep the school management information system updated, which helps in making smart.
Good evening everyone, my name is Melissa May H. Mabato and I'm your English teacher for tonight. I enjoy reading and listening music even if I'm busy doing other things because my mind feels so relaxed. Again, good evening everyone. Our topic for tonight is about the school head in school-based management or SBM. I would like to tackle today or discuss about the factors of school effectiveness based on research. Research on school effectiveness has consistently identified several key factors that contribute to successful educational outcomes. These factors are often grouped into categories related to leadership, teaching quality, school environment, and community engagement. Here's our comprehensive list based on decades of educational research. Number 1, effective leadership. Under this, a strong instructional leadership, often by the principal or a head teacher. Clear vision and goals for academic achievement, data-informed decision-making, shared leadership with teachers and staff. Second, high-quality teaching. Under this are highly qualified and motivated teachers, effective instructional practices, ongoing professional development, use of assessment to guide instruction. Number 3, high expectations. High academic and behavioral expectation for all students. Believe in student potential regardless of background. Challenging curriculum accessible to all learners. Number 4, school climate and culture. Safe and orderly environment, positive teacher-student relationship, culture of respect and collaboration, student engagement and motivation. Number 5, monitoring student progress. Regular assessment and feedback, use of data to identify learning gaps, early intervention and support systems, and tracking progress over time. Number 6, parental and community involvement. Active partnership with parents, community support and resources, communication between school and families. Number 7, resource management. Efficient use of resources, financial, human, and physical. Access to teaching materials and technology. Well-maintained infrastructure. Number 8, focus on learning time. Maximizing time on task, minimizing disruption, extended learning opportunities, after school programs. Number 9, inclusive practices. Equity in access to learning, support for diverse learning needs, anti-disseminate policies and practices. Number 10, continuous improvement, culture of self-evaluation, commitment to innovation and improvement, reflective teaching and learning. Key theories and research sources. Edmonds, 1979, identified 5-factor model of effective schools. Lesot, 1991, expanded on Edmonds with correlates of effective schools. Hattie, 2009. Excuse me. Visible learning synthesis thousands of studies on what works in schools. Marzano, 2003. Framework for effective school and classroom strategies. OECD reports global data-driven insight on school systems. This section provides findings from the literature that affect performance distinguished by economic, social, and cultural status, immigration and native language, gender, and academic factors specified as prior performance, perceived by self-efficacy, preschool attendance, center evaluation, and family support.
Factors of school effectiveness based on research. In the Philippines, the devolving of more responsibility to the school was done through the school-based management or SBM. So, this first factor, in simple terms, it means to make school the Philippines more effective. The government decided to give them more control and decision-making power through program called SBM or School-Based Management. This involves shifting responsibilities from the central education authorities to the individual schools themselves. Second one is SBM, significant decision-making authority was transferred from state and district offices to individual schools. SBM provide principal, teachers, students, and parents greater control over the education process by giving them responsibility for decision about the budget, personnel, and the curriculum. So, with the implementation of SBM, a notable shift occurred as significant decision-making authority was transferred from state and district office directly to individual schools. This provided principals, teachers, and students and parents with greater control and influence over the education process. The third one is, in Finland, accountability rests on the trust placed by families and the government in the professional competence of teachers, or Stewart 2008. So in Finland, accountability in education based on the trust of the families and the government have in the professional skills and knowledge of the teachers. So this suggests that instead of relying on strict regulations of standardized tests, the Finnish or the Finland's education system trusts its teacher to their jobs well. So the fourth one is the Department of Education or DepEd embark on realizing the SBM framework, assessment process, and tools to improve on already recognized successful SBM practices across the region or DO 83S21 or Department Order. So the Department of Education in the Philippines started process of the evaluate the school-based management or SBM framework. So the goal was to enhance and improve the successful SBM practices being used in different regions. So this initiative is documented in Department Order or DEO 83 series of 2012. Fifth one is the Department of Education or DepEd provided school-based management grants as additional funds to public elementary and secondary schools to augment the school fund on the maintenance and other opening expresses DO 45S 2015. So the Department of or the DepEd in the Philippines gave school-based management grants to
Hello, my name is May Merel. Factor that contribute to school effectiveness. Number 2, non-human factors are clear and shared vision, mission, or focus, high expectations, ambitious standard, emphasize on accountability, aligned curriculum, instruction and assessment with state to DepEd standards, efficiency or optimal utilization of resources and faculties, collaboration and communication, focused professional development, global and future orientation. Philippine Accreditation System for Basic Education or PASBE. The institutionalization of SBM was strengthened with the introduction of the Philippine Accreditation System for Basic Education or PASBE, which was launched to DepEd Order Number 64/2012. Accreditation is a process of a self-evaluating and peer review to ensure that quality standards agreed upon by stakeholders are understood, implemented, maintained, and enhanced for continuous improvement of learner outcomes. DepEd Order Number 20/2012. The Philippine Accreditation System for Basic Education or PASBE Supplemental Guidance Outcomes DepEd Number 83/2012. The agreed upon standards of quality or effective schools are grounded on the 4 principles of a child and community-centered education system or access.
Hi guys, I am Maria Fatima M. Narvaez and I'm going to discuss the 4 core principles of SBM. Number 1, principle of collective leadership. Number 2, principle of community-based learning. Number 3, principle of accountability for performance and results. And number 4, principle of convergence to harness resources for education. These 4 principles can also apply in SBM. The school level of SBM practice can be either level 1, developing, level 2, maturing, and level 3, advanced. A school that reaches the highest level of SBM practices qualifies for an accredited status. A school in level 1 developing means that the school is developing structures and mechanisms with acceptable level and extent of community participation and impact on learning. A school level 2 described as maturing means that the school is introducing and sustaining continuous improvement process that integrates wider community participation and significantly improve performance and learning outcomes. A school level 3 advanced or accredited means that the school is ensuring the product of intended outputs or outcomes and meaning all standards add a system fully integrated in the local community and itself renewing and self-sustaining. And that's all, and good day.